Hello, everyone. It is time for another edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, ZiKZ, where I continue to do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent. A lot of big, shiny trucks. Well, they're not really shiny, are they? They're big trucks. They aren't necessarily shiny. Let me load the game. Oh, I'm in a good mood because I'm no longer in Kola Peninsula. I'm in the Yukon. I'm hoping to take less than 130 YouTube episodes, which, 130 between 50 and 55-minute YouTube episodes. That was so sad. And I think I've made progress there. I haven't played for a week. Whenever I start a new stream, I haven't played for a week. So that makes me remembering when I was in the middle of difficult. But I try to put map tack somewhere to remind me of what I was in the middle of. You guys who are watching on YouTube, if you're watching through the playlist, if you go on my homepage on YouTube, youtube.com/@ZiKZ, under the featured games section, there's a SnowRunner playlist. If you look there, you will get to see all the latest episodes at the top of everything. But also, if you scroll down farther on my homepage, there's a whole section for YouTube, and there's for SnowRunner, there's individual playlists there, and you might have to open that up and scroll a little bit to find the latest one. But Camo Redneck, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, if you go down on my homepage on YouTube, there's a whole section on SnowRunner, and those are in bingeable order. So if you're just now starting this season and you want to see the first several episodes, you can go see the whole thing. You are doing pretty good. Well, you must be doing pretty good because you got a dancing bird of some kind. Not sure what it is. Oh, I gotta get more emotes. I have to start taking some time off of streaming. Whenever I take time off of streaming, it doesn't affect the YouTube because I've got a month of stuff built up now. But because I have an entire month of stuff built up, do I have markers? I said I was going to put markers. Aha! I have a mark. Oh no, I do have markers over here. Okay. I wanted to get the vehicle somewhere around here. What? I am in the middle of trying to scout the last of this map. Oh, and this is where I want to get the last of the map. Ah, and over here is that where I have another truck here? Trailer stores here. Ah, yes. Okay. Because I thought I could do this thing, and I can pick up the another pew there, because I left my other prototype exploration unit like over here somewhere. I've got to pick that up with some other vehicle, because just picking that up and getting over there doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm starting to remember now. It's a dancing hot dog. Okay. I'm glad you clarified that. You really need more DLC for the game? I would recommend every year pass. Don't get the season passes because they're a lot cheaper to just get the yearly pass. In fact, as of the time that I am streaming this and I'm talking to you, there was a big sale on the yearly passes. There might still be. So year 5 pass just came out. You don't have to worry about that for a while probably, but I would get the year passes. They include 4 seasons. You only have the Don region and the tire pack. Yeah, I would get not the individual reasons. I would get the yearly pass because the yearly passes are like the cost of 3 of the season passes, and so you might as well just get the whole year and then, get them all. as far as extra stuff, the tire pack is okay, but what I would really recommend is the Mastodon pack. If you're having a hard time with rolling over or getting to places, this is the vehicle for you. This is the ZiKZ 612H. It's from the Mastodon DLC pack. That I would recommend. The tire packs are good because then you can, it's good for a fast start. You can get to mud tires faster and stuff like that. But yeah, I would recommend this one. You can see this thing, it's a big, huge truck, and I was still able to get up here and get to this waypoint last time. So now me, I have everything. I have all the DLC. And so in this playthrough, I'm only using external to region DLC trucks. So like I'm using the Mastodon, I'm using the Rezvani Hercules. So I got a quick start. I also have the tire pack. So that's part of my thing. And so some people have said, well, but this scout vehicle is better than the one you're using. It's like, well, yeah, I know, but this is the best one that I have access to. So that's kind of my one restriction of quote unquote easy mode. Okay, so I was gonna take this thing, not pick up the trailer here, but I was going to go pick it up over here. Okay. And, oh, right, because he needs to get the Scout flatbed. And then, while he's there, let me check this. Don't do a barrel roll. Okay, drop the Scout flatbed here. And then, once he drops the Scout flatbed here, he can, now I might meet him there with a bigger truck. But then he needs the prototype unit also over here. Oh, but this is good because he can go on these rocks and stuff. I see how to get there. Okay. Okay, was I doing Aid Thy Neighbor first? Maybe I was doing Aid Thy Neighbor. What was Aid Thy Neighbor again? I gotta look all this stuff up. I'm not sure what your not really refers to. Okay, that was getting the Scout fuel carrier over to here. Okay. Now, I don't have to be hitched to the fuel carrier, so I can drag it over there with anything. But this other one, I need to take the Scout flatbed with the fuel on it, I think. Don't do a barrel roll. And so I have to drop the fuel off. Now, it may be... no, that's the flatbed. And that's not the place with the fuel. Doesn't this Scout flatbed have the fuel on it? Come on, I got hot. Yes, it has one fuel on it. Okay. So I need to take that and take it to up here. So that is what I'm not doing. I am doing the other one, Thy Neighbor one. Okay, so start tracking it. Let's get the guy over here. If I can get the guy over here, I can get a pew pew pew. I can come over here and take a picture like in here, and then I'll be good to go. I'll have everything scouted. Because part of my 100% is to scout the entire map. It doesn't remember when I end the game, it remembers where I have markers on the screen, but it doesn't remember exactly where I'm going. And I remember doing these markers very hastily. because I had to it changes the task you're doing sometimes. Let me clean this up. I was getting near an hour. Okay, and if you watched last episode or last stream, you'll know how difficult this vehicle is to maneuver around when it's carrying that big, heavy prototype exploration unit. But now you'll get to see how it's not so difficult to travel around when you're not carrying that thing. Where is... I'm not sure how to get through there, but there's a way of getting through there. I'll have to wing it. Maybe it's through here. I don't know. This is a very light vehicle. This is the Jeep Wrangler. It is from the Jeep Wrangler pack. I think that's what it's called. Right now I got two of these. Can I delete it? Yes, good. Get these over here. Yes, I remember when I ended last stream, I was in a great hurry to get these markers laid down because I was already at an hour. And I don't think I beat my hour. I want to try to get finished in an hour for two reasons. One is I don't want the YouTube video to go, and if somebody's chat at me right now, I can't see it. I'm leaning forward because I have bad old man eyes. I want to try to get finished in an hour for two reasons. One is I don't want the YouTube episode to run over an hour because that people don't watch it if it's over an hour. And it would be a shame for people to not watch such good professional, driving here /s. And but also because my party chat ends. How does that's the railroad track, right? That's not the road, it's the railroad track. There's a way to get through here, but I don't know what it is. It's probably like there. Yeah, I don't think it's there. I think it's through here. Oh, come on, move. When I say to move, please move. If you click on it with the same button you used to place it, you should be able to erase it. It doesn't say that anywhere, but it does work. You just have to get it just right sometimes with a certain angle. The only remove option they give you is to remove it the last one, but you don't have to just remove the last one. You can remove intermediate ones, but it requires some patience. And amazingly enough, I sometimes have that patience. Riveting content, watch me put these ribbons on the board. I do put the ribbons on the board because I've watched people, it's just a personal pet peeve of mine. I watch people who say, okay, I'm going to teach you how to get through this region in the fastest possible, most efficient possible way. And then they never put tacks on the map. I have no idea how you're getting through there in the fastest possible way because I have no idea where you are because you don't put anything on the map. And when you're just driving, I don't know, one tree looks just like any other tree that you make a left at. Oh, let's make a left at this shack here. Oh, okay. Which shack again? I don't know. I don't have a map tech on it. So, plus I don't have a lot of experience with this game. Every region except Michigan I played blind in this playthrough. Michigan I played through, well, I played through like half of, what? How am I supposed to get up there from here? Do I go? Well, I definitely don't go up that rock. Somehow I get up on here, but I'm not sure how. I did it with the other vehicle. Not sure how to do it with this vehicle. I don't remember how I did it. Maybe through here. I don't know. We'll see when I get there. So, yes, orienting myself north. That's the path that I've laid down. So you get an idea where I'm going. Now, if I fail, you'll know don't go that way. But if I succeed, you'll know, oh, that's a way you can go. All right, this might be a long drive. Take my lights on. Make sure my all-wheel drive is on. Take my brakes off. I do love this baby. This baby has a tendency to get away with you, and it's very easy to fishtail because it's very fast. One way, tip, one way to fix the fishtailing or make it easier is under settings, game, first option, steering mode. Set it to steering wheel. Am I playing with a steering wheel? No, I am playing with a controller. But if you look at the very last couple of lines there of the flavor text on the right, it says, if this mode is used, steering wheel, steering input is applied directly, intended to be used with the steering wheel, comma, will cause automatic wheel centering if this mode is used with a controller. What this does is it turns your controller into effectively a steering wheel, so it will self-center. And this is the way to go, because if you play any other racing game with a controller, you play GTA, whatever, with a controller, if you just let go of the controller, it centers the wheels, whereas by default, if you say controller in this game, you have to like very micro, to get the wheels centered, you have to micro manage I gotta turn a little bit more to the left now, I gotta tap a little to the right, wait, that wasn't enough to the right, I gotta tap back to the left, or too much, I gotta tap back, it's ridiculous. So it feels much more natural when using a controller to just go ahead and set that setting to wheel. So that's one tip that I saw somebody give in some obscure video somewhere, and so now I try to give that tip out myself in all of my more than somewhat obscure videos, and then hopefully between a couple of obscure YouTubers, people will pick it up. They got a lot of complaints from other videos that I've watched. They got a lot of complaints when people first started playing the game, because they play with controllers, and they were like, this game is, fix the steering in this game. I can't steer my vehicle. And some people tried to, like, some YouTubers tried to say, well, the steering's not broken, that's just the way the game was made. You're supposed to tap the controller back and forth just to go straight. It's based on actual physics. The wheels will center when you've gone far enough, whatever. And basically just trying to rationalize for the fact that, yes, for use with a controller, the steering was unnatural. So they changed it. Some would say fixed it so that you at least have an option to make the controller make the controller, hold on, I got just my volume a little bit. You have an option to make controls feel more natural for any kind of driving game using the controller. So highly recommend that. I look back at my activity feed and I see I got a new follower yesterday. I don't think it was during my stream yesterday though. And sometimes when I get a follower out of the blue, it's like, oh, well, unless they chat, I'm going to assume that it's a bot, because I get so many followers that are bots that are just trying to, they follow so that they can put messages in chat that say, hey, are you looking to, well, they don't say it outright, are you looking to buy followers and subscribers? You know, go to, you know, we rip you off for followers.com or something. I don't know. But I have a lot of those things, keywords in there are automatically, the chat doesn't even show up. I don't even get to see it. They're automatically suppressed. So if you try to ask me, like, how many followers do you have, it's, you know, your message isn't going to go through. So, but I did get a subscriber, a Twitch follower yesterday, who I know is legit. So waiting to see if that person joins. They were I know they're legit because they were watching a MotoGP video. Yes, this is pretty thick, pretty dense, and I don't have the diff lock on. I could put it on. I like the Rezvani better as a scout vehicle than this because the Rezvani has resident diff lock. Now I could put it in low and put the diff lock on, but I'm too lazy. What time of day is it? Is it late enough? Is it late enough to try to make it a little bit lighter? A little bit lighter. I have the brightness turned up as high as I dare. If I turned it up any brighter than when it was foggy, like this is kind of foggy. If it's foggy, then it whites out. But if it gets near the end of the day, it can get black, you know, so I apologize. This game doesn't always look so well, especially when it's streamed on Twitch and then, oh, I should have gone over those rocks maybe. No, I'm good. This baby is the one that goes over rocks the best. It's streamed on Twitch and they have their compression, and then it's uploaded to YouTube, exported to YouTube, and they have their compression on top of it. So one thing that gives often is the brightness, the contrast. But the game is not a very high contrast game anyway. As I'm looking, I've got a monitor that has a strong contrast to it, and it's difficult even for me to see it. The game does not have, it only has a brightness setting. The game could definitely be improved with having also a contrast setting, because then you could adjust the contrast and you'd get to see the, you know, it wouldn't wash out, it wouldn't white out as much. You could set the brightness higher and raise the contrast in such a way that you could still see the darker areas, but it does not. It has just one setting, unless they change it. I just discovered something the other day. They made some update. I can customize the color of my vehicles by creating my own custom, either one color or tricolor. And I might experiment with doing that. I experiment a little bit on my other playthrough where I'm just still in Alaska, because I had only gotten part way through Alaska. But I have all the same vehicles bought. And what I want to do is build. Aha! You want to go here and get fuel, probably. And not much. Why did that? Oh, I'm getting it from the roof rack. That's why, because I'm doing it the wrong way. Ugh. Just gave it, put it back in the fuel rack. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. What was I talking about? Oh, I'm an old man. I lose my track. And when I say old man, I don't mean, oh, now that I've hit 30, I'm starting to feel pains in places when I wake up. No, I'm not in my 30s. I'm more than double that. I'm an old retired guy. No, it's not like I get pains in my leg I can't explain. I get pains in my brain that I don't even bother to try to explain. That's what my age is like. Sorry, I completely lost track of what I was talking about. If I remember in half an hour, I'll come back into the conversation later. Oh, colors! That's what it was. Yeah, what I might do is now most of the vehicles I have I'm using patterns, and so you can't customize those. They're already pattern colors. But what I might do is take like this vehicle, which is all orange, and maybe I'll change the color orange a little bit. Maybe I'll add some highlight to it in green or something like that. But I won't do that until I figured it out by experimenting. Because what I'll want to do is you can't undo it once you do it. So I'll go into my other account and buy a second one and have them sitting side by side with the original, and then I'll be able to buy a new one and make sure I can match the color and whatever. Because if you set up a custom color, you can't set it up based on one of the actual colors that are already there. You have to say, okay, what's the HSL, the hue, saturation, and lightness value of this color that you want? At least you can set the individual, you can set it pretty finely, but if I want one that looks essentially the same as this, but maybe has a British racing green stripe or something on it. But I might not do that. I might just, do I have to go to this thing over here? Probably not. Fallen Rocks. I think I have Fallen Rocks in here already, don't I? I do have Fallen Rocks in here. Okay, so I don't have to go through that thing. This isn't the best mutter, but it's not too bad. Again, it would be better if I did this, but not by much. It's really good at rocks. The reason I have this vehicle isn't because of its rock climbing capabilities, which are worth having just for that. Very stable, wide wheelbase, has a special rock crawler suspension. The actual reason I have this is basically by default, because it's the only vehicle that is stable, somewhat stable, and it is very stable, more stable than most, that can haul a scout trailer. Because most, let me get myself stuck. I need something to be able to haul a scout trailer, and the Rezvani Hercules that I normally use can't haul a scout trailer. I'm gonna be stubborn and not wench. sometimes I wonder, is it worth doing it this way, or I'm better off just putting it into automatic? Unfortunately, this vehicle, you have to put diff lock on, you have to put it in low gear. And if it wasn't for the diff lock, like on the Rezvani, I almost never put in low gear because I don't need to. I can always have it in diff lock, and I just, you know, feather the throttle if I want to stay in a low gear. Try to keep the button down while I take a drink. Can I do this? Well, I was able to keep the button down, but I wasn't able to keep the vehicle straight. That's one advantage of using the other steering mode, where you can angle the steering wheel, take your hand off the controller to take a drink. Not much of an advantage, but it's something. Okay, now I gotta get here and figure out, my main purpose of this is to get that prototype exploration unit over to that last place to scout. And then I still have to pick up the old one and sell it. I don't leave anything behind. I mentioned part of the easy mode is that I'm using, well, I'm not playing hard mode, it's just a normal mode game. It's, that. Notice nothing there is New Game Plus or no mods. But, so that's kind of tongue-in-cheek easy mode. A lot of people play on hard mode. A lot of people online. But also, part of easy mode is using all paid DLC vehicles. But the 100% part, I'm serious about. I don't just complete every region, the required things you need to complete every region. I do every task, every contract, every contest, and since I'm in easy mode, I've got infinite number of tries to at least complete it. So I don't try to get anything but bronze, but you know, I at least complete it. And I pull off all the temporary cargo from the map. So here in Yukon, there's these framing locations where I make sure I clear all the bricks and whatever else off of the map. So I use those. And if there's too much, if for some reason I picked up iron somewhere else, before I end the map, I will go ahead and take the rest of the iron or the bricks or whatever, even if I have to just delete it. But I get everything off of the map and sell all the trailers. So basically, I follow the good environmentalist principle of leave only, take only, what is it? Memories, leave only, bring only memories, leave only footprints. What is it? Anyway. I leave nothing except tire tracks behind. I don't leave any litter, but I also don't leave any resources. I take nothing but... Everything is gone and off the map. What is that phrase? There was an old, like, national parks council ad or something about anti-littering. So you know it was back in my era. You don't see a lot of anti-littering things anymore, but the idea was to don't bring anything with you. You know, I mean, you want to bring supplies and stuff, but you know, don't take only. What was it? Take only memories. Yeah, that was it. Take only memories, leave only footprints. Take only memories. So You're not supposed to like steal stuff, and you're not supposed to litter and leave stuff. So I take only memories and leave only footprints. Well, I do take more than memories. I like take all the resources, but I only leave tire tracks. Nothing else. Nothing gets left behind when you 100% it. Cargo on the side of Rome, bam, it's gone. Framing house, somebody putting up a brick house, bam, it's gone. Not anymore, buddy. You got wood in a pile somewhere, you're saving for a shed. Nope, not anymore, it's gone. The map is cleared. I'm leaving only footprints. What is all this? Oh, high roller metals. Oh, is this? Is this supposed to be the metal factory? Okay, yes, the rolled steel factory is up there. Okay. What time of day is it now? It's still morning. See how dark it is? I got my lights on, right? Yes, and it's still dark. But then sometimes when it's foggy, it's all white out. I don't know what to do anyway. Now, if you've watched previous episodes of me, if I was trying to do this carrying the prototype exploration unit through here, there's no way I'd make it up here, because that trailer is twice as heavy as this vehicle. But without that trailer, I'm zooming through this mud. Well, I'm not zooming like I'm in the Mastodon, but well, the Mastodon doesn't zoom anyway because it's slow. But I'm chunking through this mud, no problem. Whoa! See, even with the controller setting the steering wheel, it's still, you can fishtail some. Okay, and I don't think this is so icy that it's going to give me a problem. I do have mud tires on. I do have one vehicle right now outfitted with chain tires if I need it. Sometimes the Mastodon will not be able to go up sheer icy cliffs, so... Okay, and now I'm at the metal plant. Is there anything I need to do here? Probably not, but I do want to investigate. Okay, what can I get? Metal rolls, and they need one metal beam to get 2 metal rolls. Okay. I won't remember that, but now it's there. Okay, now here's the tricky part. How do I get over to where I want to go over there? There might be a road. It's not through there. I mean, I don't think there's a road. Oh, looking at the map. I think what I might have to do is just... Well, let's see. If I can come out here and across there and then through those trees, is there any way to get out of here? Come on, camera. Can I get out here? Not easily. Well, I might be able to make it, but I don't think this is the way I'm supposed to go. Horn. Okay. That's the easy way to do it. Now see, there's a road here. Okay, how did I get on that road? I didn't go through the front door. I want to check this out. There is a little... Okay, there must be a little trail through here. I can kind of see a little line here. That must be how you get there. Maybe I looked at that last time and I realized that's how I went. Anyway, okay. And now it's up here. I think I got through here once before with the big Mastodon. Yeah. Not all the roads are very clearly marked on the map, but that's not bad. In Kola Peninsula, there were areas that are marked on the map that you just couldn't get through, and you had no idea why. You had to remember, nope, this road is a lie. You can't actually get through there. It was very unfair. I hated Kola Peninsula. And there was one objective where you had to basically go on a corn maze. You had to hit all these little locations in an abandoned warehouse. Just had to visit them, but you had no way of knowing how to get in and out of them. Okay. Oh, there's the trailer store where I want to buy the pup. Okay, I was supposed to go back there, buy the pup, and bring it over here. No, I was supposed to go back there, buy the pup, and then get in through here somewhere. Forgot to buy the pup. I don't need to go to that one yet. I will eventually. But before that, I need to come up here somewhere. Somehow, somewhere, somehow. Like from here through here and up to here. If I can get in, well, I probably need to take two pictures, like one picture way up here and then one picture there. Yeah, so after I take that picture, might have to take a picture down here. And then I can go over and get to there. Okay, but I do need to go back and get that trailer, which is going to make getting over this ice harder. Because this thing could glide over the crackly ice, but with that trailer, it's going to drag me down. I'll have to winch probably. First objective is to get yeah, I'm not going to try to go through that same way I came. I'll go out to the front door, come back to get my pictures taken, so that this map is done being scouted. And I can sell the prototype exploration. I still have to get back and retrieve the one, but I don't need this vehicle to retrieve it. I can retrieve it anyway. That's where I came through, but I'll go back through the main road. A little bit harder to do in reverse. I mean, not skill-wise. I mean, it seems to be harder to get through here. The snow here in reverse, which means with the portable exploration unit, it's going to be also difficult. But I've got my winch if I need it. No, let's not go that way. Prototype. Did I say prototype? Prototype exploration unit. The PEU, what I call the pew pew pew. Okay, this is a private science. Oh, sorry. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to try to avoid it. If it's a Department of Highway sign, I always knock them over. I get, where is? Trailer store's over there, okay. There he is. All right. Now, stop the engine. Buy me a trailer. I'm not in the circle? Really? Now stop the engine. Buy me a trailer. But not the portable exploration unit. I'm gonna buy Scout service trailer. I'm gonna use the opportunity here to no, wrong buttons, always wrong buttons. The refuel. No, not from the Wrangler. Why would I want to refuel from the Wrangler? Okay. And now, I don't know if they had damage. I don't think I have any, but let's fix the damage as well. See, this is the great thing about playing in normal mode. I see, yeah, it's taking it from the wrong large service trailer. Yes, I still have nothing. Nothing. Okay. All right. If you play in normal mode, you can every trailer store is a refuel center because you just sell it back. And now let's buy the prototype unit. All right, let's look at my time. 57 minutes. That should give me enough time to at least get part of the way there. All right, and now I am going to back out here to wherever that trail was. Get back out, like wherever that trail was. I'll find it. And now I'm twice as heavy. I'm more than twice. I'm probably 3 times heavy. This trailer weighs, I don't know the exact details. If you have access to the game files, I play on Xbox. I don't have access to the game files. But if you have access, if you play on PC, you have access to the game files. Let me know the weight of the Jeep Wrangler compared to the weight of the prototype exploration unit, because I am pretty sure that this exploration unit not only weighs more than this truck, it may weigh twice as much as this Jeep. It may weigh twice as much as this Jeep. It is incredibly heavy. It's heavier than a full Scout fuel trailer. I know that because working with the Russian crane and that ZiKZ, I can tell what things I lift up are heavier and lighter. I can lift up a full Scout fuel carrier, no problem, and get it with its winch anywhere I want. If I try to lift with a crane, forget it. You always want to use the winch to lift. But this thing, I can't even lift up with the winch of the Russian crane. It's too heavy. So it's one of the heaviest vehicles out there, or heaviest Scout trailers out there. So if they release another paid DLC external to the season vehicle that's a Scout vehicle that has a trailer hitch that is at least as stable as this guy and yet stronger, I will definitely replace this one with that one. I have 5 vehicles right now. I would not mind getting a 6th one, but I haven't found anything really, a niche that needs to be filled. I've got 2 of the ZiKZ Mastodons, 612H Mastodons, a blue one and a red one, well, a pink one. And I have the Brigadier, GMC Brigadier, which is a lighter truck that is a little faster, and I can put ice tires on it. I'll use it as a fuel carrier, support truck. And then I have the Rezvani Hercules. And then I have, I don't know exactly where I'm going here. And then I have this truck. So that's 5, because I got 2 of the ZiKZ. And in 5 different colors, so I'm willing to go to a 6th vehicle because I need a purple one. So probably shouldn't have gone here into the mud. I was better off actually in the crackly ice. I might have been able to actually just go this way the whole way. Out of the snow enough I can drag this. See, this thing is so difficult to drag. So heavy. Oftentimes when I'm doing this, I'll bring the ZiKZ or something and I'll just tow this thing behind, which I was better off on the ice, to be honest. Come on, a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Where exactly am I going? Oh, this is supposedly the road that I'm going on. I don't really need to go on the road. I could go on the ice. Well, does it actually turn into a recognizable road up here? I mean, it is crackly ice. Yeah, dragging this thing behind me. This is why I often, when I'm scouting, I'll tow it behind one of the other vehicles. I do want to do one of these radar things up here anyway, because it looks like something should be up here, like up there. So I want to get up close enough to see what that is. And I want to get close enough that I can get this whole area and then come down to a 3rd scouting back there. So 53 minutes on the stream. So I've got a couple more minutes to get myself here into a good scanning spot. The road seems to be getting a little bit better now. Or not. Oh, this road would be perfect for this vehicle with the rocks and everything if I wasn't hauling this big trailer behind me. Go ahead and pull that out, because maybe it'll be enough to get me to the next tree. The music is pleasant, but it can get monotonous after a while. If you would like to help me pick more tracks, go to crinklesmusic.com, spelled with a C, crinklesmusic.com. If you're watching on YouTube, in the YouTube description, there's a link to his channel. I am looking for more music from soundtrack from a box, volumes 21, 23, and 24. I own licenses to 21 through 24. Most of this music comes from 22. So if you want to help with the music, sprinklesmusic.com, soundtrack from the box, volumes 21, 23, and 24. And I will, if you are watching on Twitch, you're a Twitch viewer, I will make you a VIP for some indefinite period of time. Oh, look, I could have gone that way. I could have gone that way through the ice. I didn't know it would need to go on this road. I could have made it through the ice very easily. Look at this! I discovered... No, wait, what is this? Show details. What is this? It looked like a gateway. Oh, it is another gateway, but it's blocked. Okay, so that's what this thing is up here. That's like you know, I need to complete something to get up here. Well, regardless, I want to get as far over here as I can. We're gonna do the scan. I'm at 56 minutes. Almost 57 minutes. That's it. I'm gonna get up here, do a scan, and hope for the best. What side would I want to be on? Right or left? Go down here. So I have to just do multiple scans. Okay, running out of time, so let's do the scan right here. Activate radar. Radar. See what I can see. Hope for good things. So after this, I am going to take a break. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I'll be back in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, the next YouTube episode is going to be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is midnight in the UK, and almost always midnight in the UK, and almost never noon the next day in New Zealand because of daylight savings time. And I got everything. Look at that. Perfect success. All right, folks. Twitch, stick around. YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and I will see you then.